Got it? All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Deputy Commissioner Tariq Shepard, Public Information, NYPD, and with me is going to be our Chief Patrol, John Chell, and we have our Commanding Officer of the Force Investigation Division, Rohan Griffin, and we also have the Commanding Officer of the 83rd Precinct. Today we're just going to update two incidents real quick. One occurred in the 8-3 Precinct, and one occurred in the 7-3 Precinct in Brownsville. So I'll bring the Chief Patrol up, and he'll start it off.
Good morning. There is no job in the New York City Police Department that's routine. The cops have to be constantly aware of the dangers around them. When it comes to emotionally disturbed people, we do everything we can to de-escalate, but sometimes it doesn't work out the way we want. At approximately 2:20 this morning, in front of 155 Elder Streets, two uniformed police officers here in Bushwick from the 83rd Precinct were finishing up a family domestic violence calls for service. As they were sitting in their police car, a male came up, tapped on their car, hit their car. Their attention was towards him. They stepped out of the car and they observed the male, 26 years old, holding not one but two knives. They tried to quickly verbally de-escalate, to no avail. They both used their tasers. The tasers worked the first time. The male fell to the ground. He dropped one of his knives. He was able to get up with a second knife and did not listen to the warnings to stop and charge towards the officers. Both officers discharged their guns, their firearms, and struck the male. He was removed to a local hospital and he succumbed to his injuries. Our police officer also removed to a local hospital for treatment. Like I said, we try everything we can with emotionally disturbed people to de-escalate. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way for us. Very tough night for these two officers and for the family of the EDP and the EDP. With that, I'll take any questions.
And more about the victim, he's 26 years old?
Male 26.
Do you know anything about him?
Right now, not much.
He had two knives on him?
Yes, he had two knives. We'll show you right here. Like I said, one knife was dropped when he was tasered and fell to the floor, but he was able to get out and had the second knife on him.
Any other questions on this? We're going to move on to our next incident.
All right, in Brownsville section of Brooklyn, at about 3:30 this morning at Sutter Avenue, Ralph Avenue, detectives from Bronx Narcotics who were assigned to our summer violence reduction zones observed a dispute in front of a store where a male displayed a firearm and pointed it at a female. The detectives gave chased him down to East New York Avenue and Ralph Avenue, where a responding sergeant and a police officer tried to cut the male off. There was a collision, and the male was moved to the highest hospital, and he's in surgery. There was a firearm recovered in this incident. These detectives were assigned in Brownsville for gang violence, summer violence. They were exactly where they were supposed to be and probably prevented a shooting tonight. A firearm was recovered in that incident. With that being said, I'll take any questions.
Can you explain again? You said that it was cut off and taken to the hospital?
As the detectives were chasing him on foot, a responding sergeant in uniform and cop uniform tried to cut him off in a driveway, and there was a collision, and the male was moved to the hospital.
But he was chased on foot. It was not a car?
He was chased on foot by the initial detectives with the firearm. He threw the firearm. A responding sergeant and police officer in uniform tried to cut him off in the driveway, and there was a collision, and he was removed to the hospital.
Any other questions on this?
Cut him off in the RMP, and was it marked or unmarked?
Unmarked car in the driveway of a storage facility, if you will.
All right, no other questions. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time and attention.